Come along and ride this train.
The roots of Goodwill Industries of Rhode Island stretch back 150 years to the Civil War. It began with a group of wives and daughters of prominent Rhode Island businessmen called the Irrepressibles. Initially, they made blankets to send to Union soldiers and clothing for victims of the Chicago fire. Their focus was to help make their community better for those in need, no matter what the need might be, from returning Civil War veterans to those with physical or mental health issues.
Report of the Irrepressibles, ending January 16, 1867. There is another case of a Mrs. Shelley, a widow woman whose husband was drowned while fishing under the ice. She has 3 children, boys, but all too small to be of any assistance to her. Her youngest boy is too little to allow her leaving him to go to work. Her minister pays her rent, and she receives $1 per week from the city. And further than that $1, she has literally nothing.
The Irrepressibles Society, as they were known, put on theatrical plays and benefits to raise funds to support their cause. Within 10 years of their formation, the focus of the Irrepressibles broadened to perform charitable work for the city of Providence. By the late 1800s, people being served wanted jobs, and the focus of the agency changed from performing charitable acts of kindness. This was around the time that Edgar J. Helms formed Goodwill Industries up the road in Boston, Massachusetts. Edgar's philosophy of a hand up rather than a hand out mirrored what the Irrepressibles were experiencing in Rhode Island. Always responsive to the needs of the community, the agency changed its name to the Bureau of the Handicapped and added occupational and therapeutic services. With the end of World War I and the onset of the Great Depression, the Bureau created 4 departments, one of which remained the Irrepressibles, who carried on their mission of sewing. The next 20 to 30 years, the Bureau for the Handicapped continued their mission. It was during this time that there was increased awareness of the responsibilities and opportunities in rehabilitation, the result of our first president with a disability and world events like World War II. Returning wounded veterans put increased pressure on the government to provide increased job training and assistance. In 1945, the name of the agency was again changed to Community Workshops of Rhode Island. The 1950s brought a new generation, the baby boomers, and new programs. Vocational evaluation and work adjustment began. The 1960s brought a host of changes on virtually every front, from civil rights to music to disability rights. Unfortunately, some of those changes had tragic results. 1973 was a landmark year with the passage of the Rehabilitation Act, which banned discrimination on the basis of disability. It was based on previous laws which banned discrimination based on race, sex, or ethnic origin. In response to recently passed legislation, the agency underwent another name change to Vocational Resources in 1977 and expanded operations to its 40,000 square foot location on Houghton Street in Providence, where it operates today. 1990 brought another historic piece of legislation, the American Disabilities Act. It was during the 1990s when a surveyor from the Center for the Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities, who was also a retired Goodwill executive, noted that the Vocational Resources mission statement was identical to Goodwill's. By 1997, Vocational Resources became the local affiliate of Goodwill Industries. Goodwill Industries of Rhode Island continuously evolves and changes to meet the needs of employers and our clients. In the last 10 years, we have created numerous new programs in conjunction with employers. In 2010, we were awarded a 2-year grant which was recently renewed to operate the Providence Youth Center for at-risk youth in Providence between the ages of 16 and 21, and have had great success. No matter what changes lie ahead, we are confident that we have the staff and knowledge, backed by 150 years of history, to meet those challenges and effect positive change in the lives of the people we serve.
My name is Christopher DeLuke, and I met with someone from ORS, and they suggested that I come to Goodwill and to participate in their vocational evaluation program, or 10-day vocational evaluation. There was a job opening at Goodwill for the site evaluator. I did that for a little over a year, and I submitted a program to the management about a warehouse training program. Since we handle e-waste, e-waste comes in, it's received, it's sorted, it's shipped. It's basically a warehouse business within the Goodwill business, so why couldn't we have clients be trained? And I've been doing the warehouse training program for about since June. I just like it, you know. So a lot of that tinkering around I do it's for me, and it's cool, and I enjoy it, but it's also, you know, to teach me how to teach the students how to do things. So, you know, I don't look for recognition or anything. I just do it. But it's nice when people realize that, you know, I have a few talents that can help out the business in different ways, you know, and so that makes me feel good. The staff, well, I'm grateful. I just have to thank the staff. There's no two ways about it.
My name is Lauren Smith. I started the job training. I had to get dressed up and do mock interviews, work on our resume, perfect it, the elevator speech. Found a job through Goodwill with Pecasset Bay Manor in Johnston, Rhode Island, as a housekeeper. And I've been with them over a year now. Started out homeless, and so I was a homeless housekeeper. I just got an apartment last weekend. My best day was when I went for an interview, and I knew it was a good fit, you know, and that was my best day, letting them know that, you know, guess what, I got the job. You have to be ready to do this. It's not rocket science, but it does take time. It's a process to find work, but if you're positive and you stick to it, you know, there's nothing, you know, too hard, you know, you can do. Where I work, it's kind of difficult because it's assisted living and independent living. So there are a lot of people that are in the last stages of their life, and so that's very difficult. And so you have to make that last day for them, the last few minutes, you know, really valuable. I'm just grateful for the program. I've actually told a couple of people about it, and they're actually getting involved in this program as well. Yeah.
My name is Gregory Hargis, and I joined the Providence Youth Center. I am working today because of Goodwill. I was in an internship through Electric Boat, and they ended up hiring me afterwards. I'm a pipe fitter at Electric Boat. It's pretty tough. There's a lot of math involved, but luckily I'm good at math. I plan to be an accountant one day, so I have to be good at math. I've been with the Providence Youth Center for about 2 years now. We volunteered at a nursing home. We also did a ton of workshops for resumes, applications, and work readiness. We also had a lot of fun activities like Wii game night. I would say my most challenging day would be the first day. It was tough because I wasn't as outgoing as I am now. I was kind of to myself. My favorite case manager is Amanda. I love her. My best day at Goodwill is when I actually landed the job at Electric Boat. Goodwill has changed my life because they prepared me with the necessary tools for job awareness and interviews and things of that nature so I can be ready for the real world. My advice for people that want to join with Goodwill is to show up, be motivated, because no one cares for you as much as yourself.
In a troubled world, I pray the Lord the Lord to keep. Keep hatred from the mighty and the mighty from the small.